everyone, and welcome back. So you may have noticed I am not in my office. I'm actually renting a place for a few days whilst I'm out here in the US, which is also why I didn't upload yesterday. That's why I was missing. I was somewhere over the ocean and I'd completely forgotten that I needed an upload after doing my prediction with the Euros, which so far, Switzerland are going to mess up my predictions, aren't they? But anyway, that's why I didn't have an upload yesterday. But I'm perfectly fine. I am staying here for the next few days, so do bear with me. The quality of the camera and things like that, they may be a little bit off because I'm obviously not at my proper setup at home, which I don't have the same issues with, obviously, with traveling. I'm out here by a lake and you know, certain technologies not working the best, but anyway, hopefully you'll enjoy the videos I upload from out here. Hopefully there'll be something that isn't too bad, isn't too glitchy, but we'll see. And as I'm here in the US, I thought, you know what, I'm going to do a reacts to the best Florida man stories. So let's get into it.
Throwing an alligator through a drive-through window. Welcome to Watch Mode.
I mean, that's how we're starting off. 24-year-old man decided to throw an alligator through a drive-through window. Because why not? I mean, I'm saying that gators aren't exactly unknown where I am. I mean, I'm on a lake, and out there are definitely gators in that lake. And, you know, lizards and all sorts of different things that we don't have in the UK, but still, I'm not necessarily going to pick one up and throw it through a drive-through window, no matter how pissed off you are. Jesus.
Mojo. And today we're
Watch
looking
Mojo.
at the most bizarre and outlandish headlines regarding the escapades of eccentric men in the Sunshine State.
Oh my God.
This is clear. You need assistance getting over to Hooters so you can go help your grandmother.
Number 10. Throwing a hot dog at a police officer. So it turns out that throwing a hot dog at an officer can land you in some serious trouble. It was around 12 a.m. on...
Yeah, so technically that would be assault in the UK as well. If you throw a hot dog at a police officer. Although I know some police officers, so you know, you can get away with some of the stuff, but technically that is assault. I think theoretically even shouting at police officers is assault under something because it's an assault of the uniform, which is an assault on the monarchy and all that. I didn't realise it was that much of an issue here if you threw a hot dog. But maybe they just annoyed you through the hot dog. I mean, you know, go to a game.
Saturday, July 2nd, 2022, when hot dog vendor Jason Stoll was approached by a police officer. He was accused of violating a city ordinance as his street closure permit had expired. Stoll became agitated and threw one of his hot dogs at the officer, resulting in his arrest and a charge of battery.
Okay, this is not as bad as normal Florida man.
Crime could land Stoll in prison for at least 3 years.
That's not an issue with Florida man. That's an issue with the legal system. I mean, okay, don't throw a hot dog at a police officer, but 3 years for it? I mean, is the 3 years because he was operating without a license? Although, again, you're a hot dog vendor. I mean, 3 years seems that... Did he have previous? What the fuck was that about?
Number 9. Trapped in an unlocked closet. In January of 2015, John Arwood and Amber Campbell broke into Daytona State College.
Okay, she looked like she was something from the night before Christmas. Nightmare Before Christmas.
College's Marine and Environmental Science Center. According to the duo, someone chased them into a closet, and it was there they remained for the next 2 days. Believing that they were locked
Were they
inside,
high?
the pair were forced to do their business in the cramped closet. Finally, having enough and risking the punishment, Arwood called 911 and reported that the duo was stuck inside the school.
Tell us what you're doing in the closet.
When cops arrived, they simply opened the closet door, finding that it was never locked in the first place.
If anyone watches Doctor Who, that just reminds me of the 50th anniversary, where they like have the sonic screwdriver and they're sending the pattern through time, and then one of the companions just walks through the door because no one had bothered to try it.
Arwood and Campbell were promptly arrested for trespassing.
For now, both are charged.
These are all pretty low down for what I expect from Florida man, but still.
Florida man needs a ride. Dispatchers received a call from a frantic man named Jonathan Hinkle. The agitated man told police that his grandmother was suffering a stroke at a nearby Hooters and that he needed a ride to be with her.
Where is she at?
I mean,
She's at Hooters?
Rather than just sending an ambulance, the cops agreed.
is she watching?
They picked
Is she
Hinkle up
performing?
at a 7-Eleven and drove him to Hooters. But when they arrived, Hinkle simply sprinted out of the car and ran across the parking lot. Turns out his grandmother was never sick.
Police report she was not having a stroke, nor was she out that late or at the Hooters restaurant.
Hinkle simply needed a ride, and he had the bright idea of tricking the police.
Who the fuck does that?
It didn't work.
They know where you live, dickhead. They picked you up. The fuck? They've got your face on file. They've got your like, how goddamn stupid do you have to be? Like, and of all the excuses, I mean, I guess maybe someone's grandma is in a Hooter somewhere. I don't know, maybe she's one of the performers. But, like, really? Really?
Hinkle was promptly found and charged with misusing 911. Number 7. Man cartwheels away from cops. Oh, the things that
Guessing
police
he was
see.
caught easy.
In July 2020, Orlando police responded to an incident involving 40-year-old Gianfranco Fernandez. Fernandez was blocking a truck by standing in its path and doing a number of amateur gymnastic stunts. When police came to arrest him, he wriggled out of their grasp and quite literally cartwheeled away. Unfortunately for Fernandez,
Why?
cartwheeling isn't the most efficient method of making a quick getaway.
not very
and
fast.
He was captured again.
Okay,
This
he's watched too
would
many
be the
films.
last time, as the Florida man was cuffed and charged with both resisting arrest and battery on a law enforcement officer. But, you know, cool cartwheels. Number 6.
Why?
No cats allowed. A man named Everett Lagus walked up to Murdoch's Emerald City Gentlemen's Club holding a kitten. As adorable as the kitten was, the club refused to let it in and asked Lagus repeatedly to leave. He did, to the nearby curb, where
He was just bringing a pussy. I apologise for that. Like, the joke is there.
he called 911.
Fucking why?
Responding deputies found Lagus both intoxicated and belligerent, and he refused to enter the taxi that they called for him. Not only
Why the
that,
fuck
he
would you
continued
call
to fight
911?
with the officers and even called 911 again to get some more. Needless to say,
What the fuck?
they did not send more.
I think he may have been a little bit drunk.
Deputies that were already there arrested Lagus on a number of charges, including misuse of 911 and trespassing after warning. Number
Endangerment of an
5.
animal?
Fake cop pulls over real cop. On July 4th, 2019,
Oops.
Barry Hastings Jr. was driving down Florida's I-4 in a customized vehicle that was tricked out to resemble a police cruiser. The
You
black
moron.
Crown Victoria was outfitted with flashing lights, a siren, and a CB radio. Hastings found a victim and then pulled them over, only to quickly realize that he targeted the wrong guy. The man he pulled over was a real off-duty sheriff's deputy who asked to see Hastings' credentials. Hastings told the man that they were in his office and that he could take him to the station to get them. Instead, the deputy called 911, prompting Hastings to flee. Luckily, he was quickly pulled over himself
What a
and
fucking
arrested.
idiot.
Number 4, throwing an alligator into a Wendy's. The following is a very famous
Was it just Wendy's you had an issue with? Or, you know, just all drive-thrus? Jesus.
Florida man story, even reaching news outlets like Time and the Washington Post.
That's an alligator inside a Wendy's kitchen.
I'd imagine an alligator just
Around
walking
1:30
into a
a.m. on
Wendy's, but...
October 11th, 2015, a driver named Joshua James ordered a large drink at a Loxahatchee Wendy's.
I'm sorry, I'm just looking at the bottom of the page of this. Suspect's parents say it was just a prank. It's a fucking alligator. Do you mean just a prank? Just a prank would have been, I don't know, a fish or something. An alligator. They can kill you. I know Florida, it doesn't feel like it, but they can kill you. It's like shooting someone just going, dude, I was just messing about. The fuck?
After pulling up, he tossed a 3.5-foot alligator through the window.
This Wendy's behind us and just hurled it through that drive-through window.
Luckily, nobody was hurt in the incident, and the alligator was
I mean,
safely
3.5 foot, I mean, I
captured
suppose
and
it
released into a canal.
it was a
After
juvenile,
James
but
was
still.
arrested, he revealed that he got the alligator from the side of the road. He was charged with numerous crimes.
See, told you, it could have just walked into Wendy's.
Crimes including assault with a deadly weapon and unlawful possession of an alligator.
This was just a goofy thing to do.
Number 3.
A goofy
Is that the
thing.
chainsaw in
No.
your pocket? It's amazing how many weird things get stuffed down people's pants in Florida.
Chainsaw.
In January of 2018, Miley Aguilar Alvarez was caught smuggling a full rack of ribs out of a Rhines Market IGA. But that's not the worst of it. Far from it. Years later, a man named Anthony Ballard stole a chainsaw from Port St. Lucie's Treasure Coast Lawn and Equipment by shoving it down his shorts.
Someone that uses chainsaws much more than I ever want to go near the damn thing will have to teach me about this one. Is there any chance that he presses a button or something and that can start? I don't know if it's a petrol starter. You're like, is it possible? Because of all the places you want to not have that, it's down the front of your shorts, your trousers. Let's be honest, guys. We don't want it down there because what the hell? He is the kind of person that used to appear in the Darwin Awards. They seem to stop. I don't know why, but if anyone hasn't seen the Darwin Awards, go check them out. This is what they were talking about. Dear God. And I'm hoping no one's going to notice as well. It's a bulge, for God's sake.
Not surprisingly, employees immediately noticed that this man was waddling out of the store with a chainsaw between his legs and gave chase. Ballard ditched the chainsaw in the woods.
I mean, he
got
looked
away.
off his
But in
face,
another
so-
baffling decision, he actually returned for the discarded tool. Unfortunately for the thief, the cops were there waiting for him. Number 2, man attempts to time travel and crashes into a strip mall. Remember?
I mean, at some point, I don't drive, so I haven't. But at some point, I feel like a lot of men of a certain age have watched this film and then gone, so if I go 88 miles an hour exactly, I say a lot of people. It'd only be people in America and the UK because we're the only ones that use miles. But 88 miles an hour, let's get it there. But did he at least bother building the flux capacitor or something like it?
Remember in Back to the Future when Marty drives the car so fast that it goes back in time? Well, that doesn't
88
actually
miles an hour.
happen.
Which wasn't even that fast in 85, actually.
Not only is time travel impossible, but Marty had a fancy
Let us dream, motherfucker. Let us dream. Also, time travel isn't impossible. Time travel to the past is impossible. It depends on what your understanding of Einstein's theories are. But actually, you can, and we, in fact, in some part, do to the very, very minute part of a second, like a picosecond. We do kind of move to the future, but that's anyway.
gadget that helped him go back to the 50s. This man did not. The Pensacola driver was attempting to time travel when he rammed his...
It's not even a DeLorean. Get the right car.
...into a strip mall. Luckily, the driver was not injured and the business was empty at the time.
Do you think maybe that was just
Man
his excuse?
taken in for evaluation, and he simply told investigators that he was attempting to time travel.
That was the day I invented time travel.
You need at least a
Before we
DeLorean.
continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about
That
our
that
latest
counts for me
videos.
too. This
You have
channel,
the option to
this
be
one.
notified for occasional
Not Watch
videos.
Mojo. They've got enough fucking
If
subscribers.
you're on your
Me,
phone, Make sure
me.
you go into your settings and switch on
This,
notifications.
all of this. Do all of this for my channel. All of that.
Number 1, the impending war between aliens and dragons. The one
What?
thing about alien warnings is that we never take them seriously. We'll pay for that.
I think you'll find there's a lot of people in the country I'm in right now that do take it seriously.
That one day. In July of 2022, Corey Johnson drove a stolen F-150 to Florida's Patrick Space Force Base. When confronted by military officials, Johnson told them that he was on a mission telepathically given to him by President Biden. He was to tell those at the Space Force Base that a secret war was currently being waged between aliens and Chinese dragons. He was promptly arrested and thrown in jail for stealing the truck.
I really hope
so
he was at
you
least
know
high.
they didn't believe him. The joke will be on us when dragons emerge from the sky and burn us all.
If they do along with aliens, then fair enough.
Which of these Florida man stories?
So there are actually a lot crazier Florida man stories out there. This is the crazy top 10 craziest. I've heard some crazier ones. But also that final one, he had instructions psychically from Joe Biden to say that they needed to tell the Air Force Base there was a secret war between aliens and Chinese dragons. Please tell me he was at least smoking something, because what the fuck?